to recognize thumbs, and of course incident forms have been filled. Well, so many other things we'll be bringing to you on this, talking about updates from across the country where elections are taking place.
It's very interesting that we're getting these pictures, and I think you should keep them coming in. Someone tweeted a picture of accreditation gone so fast that the INEC officials are right now taking a nap, waiting for voting to begin at 1. Well, we're hoping that this is not as a result of low voter turnout, so we encourage more people to still go out to get accredited if you still have your voter cards and you've not done so. It's moving really fast today. You can do it in minutes, max, hopefully. And the INEC officials are waiting for you. We still have a good hour and a half before accreditation closes. But you know, we're talking about the situation in River State before we went on break.
Yes.
And one of the things that came to my mind was trust. You know, the issue of trust, which is what breaks down when violence occurs. There's been the issue of mutual suspicion on the part of both parties, and even against the electoral umpire. One of the things that INEC decided to do was send more national commissioners to River State to quell that idea of mistrust. But it doesn't seem to have worked, because we woke up to reports this morning, somebody saying that some people had tampered, they had tried to steal INEC materials from certain areas. And it would seem that that's what has triggered what we're seeing right now in River State. Do you think there was any other way that INEC could have handled it?
I believe that that statement issued is important. Let me just start from that. No matter how you try, anybody in politics, like the position is a very highly priced position, and access is mutually exclusive. If this person gets it, the other guy is in the cold for the next 4 years, or maybe forever. So a lot is at stake. And in this particular instance, the two camps want to prove a point. The other camp that is on ground, like Chibika Mechi, is the DG of AP's presidential candidate, you understand, and the incumbent governor. He wants to show that he's on ground. The other man, the Wike for PDP, has insisted that Port Harcourt or River State is a PDP state, that it was taken away from the party, and will want to fight to restore it.
We'll come back.
Yes.
Sorry, I won't let you lose that train of thought, and I'll also come back to you, Mr. Nwokedi, so that you can also comment on this. We'll take a moment now, return shortly. Nigeria 2015. Well, if you check your time, if you are in London, in Nigeria, it's noon already. And in some minutes, in most parts of the country here in Nigeria, accreditation will close and wrap up for proper voting to commence at about 1 p.m. Well, we're talking about how peaceful this process can be, looking at River State specifically. And Dr. Naja, you were telling us about what you think is wrong in your analysis before we went on that break. You said the incumbent, who is also the DG of his own campaign organization, is he's also the incumbent, is one force to reckon with, while the former minister is another force to reckon with on the other camp.
So quickly, structurally, a conflict situation has arisen, and at the build-up of this, the presidential election, a lot of things have been said, and a lot of positions had been taken, and misperceptions had also taken place, and some people went violent in perhaps in furtherance of the positions of their paymasters, so to speak, to impress them. Some of these things were not ordered perhaps by the main gladiators, but from the body language, your followers can do things and come and report again, I did this, just to impress. That's what happens in the political terrain. So what we are saying, therefore, is that because one person will ultimately emerge, one party will ultimately emerge as the winner, INEC has taken the appropriate step by not removing the rec based on the agitations, because there will be no end to removal. Okay? Now, by bringing 3 national commissioners, 3 out of the very few that they were, they are presently, to be in Rivers State, it will be difficult, I'm not saying impossible, to say that these 3, along with the REC, will be compromised by any political party. It is not likely to happen within the limited time available for any maneuver. Then in terms of security, you find that there is now a balancing of forces, so to speak. The force of status quo and the force of expectation. So the police and all the security agencies will do well by playing according to the rule, so that they do not incur the wrath of the incumbent while they are trying to please the president-elect and his group, so that they will not incur the wrath of the president-elect and his group while trying to please the status quo. So the best way to go is to maintain balance. And if they are going to arrest or do anything, they must have substantial evidence. If possible, they too should also go social media. They should also take photographs, use their camera. Somebody should also do that for them, so that they will have visible evidence. Because positions have been taken, people are deaf to what they will ever want to say to defend any arrest. It will be politically, interpreted. But if they have evidence, that will debunk everything. So I think we need to remove oxygen from this heated environment so that there will be no fire.
Well, quickly, I would like to go straight to, states which we're expecting to make history, because it would seem that the reports we've been getting so far has not even let us look at, the expectations from the different states. What we're hoping to see from there. There are states that will be looking to, when I say make history today, states that have women candidates in mainstream parties. What are you looking to see? Any states where you might be seeing, when I say surprises, in terms of conduct of the elections?
Let's hear from Wogedi.
Sorry.
Well, I believe that what they're asking, women, a lot of women are now insisting that is it 35% Beijing?
Let's use an example here.
Yes.
Taraba State, for instance, they're expecting about 1.2 million votes. There are about 168 wards with 16 local governments, but there is a female governorship candidate coming out in Taraba State. So, do you think there's going to be any surprise on Taraba State? That's the question.
Well, I really don't think so. I really don't think so, because if I have to use Lagos as an example, for instance, you have a situation where most of the people who are voting in Lagos are expecting to... I'm sorry, I don't quite understand this.
Okay, maybe Mr. He has a grasp of it.
There's a disconnect.
Yes. I could notice you wanted to sip your water, so you yes. I believe that as he rightly said, I don't think there's going to be any surprise.